This is Gaming It. We are Gaming in Progress.
What is going on, guys? This is Done with Gaming in Progress, and today we're going to be taking a look at an article talking about video games, obviously, because that's what we talk about on this channel. But more specifically, this is going to be talking about Overwatch. And, you know, I was looking for something to talk about for today, and it just amazes me how many times people will blame video games for anything. People will sit there and blame video games for obesity. People will sit there and blame video games for gun violence. People will sit there and blame video games for crime. People will sit there and blame video games for sexism. And now apparently people are trying to do the whole smoking thing is video games' fault now. Okay? You know, personal responsibility. No, that doesn't exist in the world anymore, folks. But obviously Overwatch has come under fire before for things in it. I mean, the first thing was the whole dumb Tracer butt thing, which ended up being Blizzard trolling us. And then obviously the whole parody thing where there was a petition to take out all the guns from Overwatch, which again was a parody thing, guys. If you didn't know, it was a parody thing. It wasn't legitimate. It was satirical. Okay. But yeah, it's just amazing sometimes how much shit that gamers have to say, that people say, oh, it's gamers' fault, the video game's fault, blame the video game industry, you know. But we're going to get into this article here, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, and you're probably going to end up either cringing like no tomorrow, or pulling your hair out, or breaking your monitor, or something. You'll do something. We'll all do something. So, alright, we're going to get into this here. And, okay, so the title of this article is, Why Does One of the Hottest Teen Video Games Feature a Character Who Smokes? Oh my god, think of the children, the characters who smokes. Because, you know, there aren't plenty of smokers in real life, you know. Okay. Summer's here and school is out, giving young people everywhere newfound freedom for their favorite pastimes. At the top of the list of for many youth, video games. And, you know, it's like right off the bat, this already seems like it was written by an 80-year-old man or some shit. What these young people see when playing their favorite video games might surprise you. Characters smoking tobacco. Now, seriously, it seems like this was written by an 80-year-old man or some shit. Like, What these youngins people see when playing their favorite video games might surprise you. Smoking tobacco. Those young whippersnappers, they're playing them video games with their tobacco and their guns and you can get off my lawn and shit like that, you know. It's just what it feels like to me, is this is written by somebody who's just way out of touch with time. You know, but no, you know, video games are the only place you see smoking. You don't see smoking in television, movies, music videos, stuff like that. No, it's only video games. Only video games. Video games are at fault here, obviously. You know, no. I'm being sarcastic here. Enter Overwatch, a multiplayer game from Blizzard Entertainment that is being called one of the hottest video game releases of the summer. And in less than a month, hit 10 million players. You gotta love how they have the whole multiplayer thing, like with the little thing in the middle. I don't know many people who do that anymore, but okay. I'm not even sure if that's the proper way to do it or not, but when I type in multiplayer, it's all one word. So, maybe it's just me. When I see multiplayer in a game, it's all one word. So, maybe we're at fault here. Maybe it's us. Us and our dang guns and our dang smoking video game characters and not having a proper grammar and I don't know. Okay. Well, the game is being lauded in reviews for its refreshing approach and diverse cast of heroes. Tobacco use is front and center in the form of a lit cigar in the mouth of one of the heroes, bounty hunter and outlaw Jesse Mccree. Oh my god! One of the heroes smokes! Oh my god, it's not like he's a full-grown man and he has a right to do what he wants. It's not like it's a character in a video game in a fictional setting. Oh my god, people. Think of the children. Think of little Tommy who played in... I don't know. I'm not taking this any farther than that, but... oh my god, I hate these kind of people. It's a fucking video game, people. It's not real. This Overwatch is probably one of the most based in fiction game, based in fantasy games I've played in recent years. Yeah, well, actually no. And in this year, well, no. It's a fantasy game, okay? Fucking robots and the fucking robots and shit. There was a great war between humanity and robots. So, I mean, that should be more important than fucking Mccree having a cigar. He's a bounty hunter and an outlaw. He's supposed to have that old western, like that old west, classic west look to him. That's why he's got his revolver. It's why he's got the cowboy hat and the whole high noon thing and shit like that. He's supposed to be the classic cowboy, you know. So, fuck you, basically, is what I'm getting to here. Also, he's a bounty hunter. Pretty much every bounty hunter smokes, so. And it's a lit cigar. It's in his mouth, but it's not, I mean, okay. Anyway, moving on here. With a rating that says play is suitable for teenagers, the game's tobacco use imagery sends an influential and potentially harmful message to young people who play the game. Okay, let me make this clear to you. Violent video games do not make people violent. Video games with quote-unquote sexism in them, or sexiness in them, or whatever, do not make people sexist. GTA is not going to make me want to go hijack a car and fucking run down 80 civilians in it. Fucking Overwatch and playing as Mccree is not going to make me want to go smoke. Neither is any other game that I've played in the past 10 to 20 years of my... 10 to 15 years of my life that has had smoking, guns, alcohol, or anything else in it. Because, here's a newsflash, I've been playing games my entire life. I don't smoke. While I support the Second Amendment, I don't own a gun. I don't drink. So you can go suck a dick. Okay, so moving on here, blah, 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 play people who play the game. Overwatch matters as it appears poised to be a major player in the rapidly emerging field of esports. Okay, now they're going to try and educate us on what esports is. Where teams of one video game play to compete in a national and international competition. Okay, well, I mean, they kind of got that right, but I'm guessing they just went to Wikipedia and copy and pasted. By one estimate, 71.5 million people watched competitive gaming in 2013, with the largest esports events offering multi-million-dollar prize pools. By 2018, esports revenue is expected to surpass 1.9 billion, and that's all true. But see, the most popular esports game is still League of Legends, where, as far as I know, none of the characters smoke. The worst thing you got in that is, well, Jinx's crazy ass, and well, Jinx is pretty fucking cool, so. I don't play League of Legends, though, so I don't know. Maybe there's a character in that game who smokes. Maybe, I don't give a fuck. Okay. According to one recent report, international soccer clubs, including some of the largest and most lucrative teams in the world, are looking into sponsoring esports teams, including for Overwatch, because Overwatch is growing to be a big esports thing. But it's not the first game, and it's not the last. I mean, you've got League, you've got fucking Halo 5 Guardians, too, as a pretty big in esports. I mean, it's not the biggest thing, but you got Rainbow Six Siege has come out to be a pretty popular game in the whole esports thing. Rocket League, where you're just driving around as giant cars, hitting soccer balls and smashing into people. You know, that could cause people to want to play soccer with their cars in real life and cause car accidents. Except for, oh wait, no it doesn't. Because people know the difference between fucking reality and fantasy, you stupid fucks. Okay, but Overwatch is by no means the lone offender. The lone offender. That makes it sound like it's a fucking gunman thing shit. I don't know. Recent review by Truth Initiative, whatever the fuck that is, found that smoking is prevalent and often glamorized in video games. I wouldn't say it's glamorized in any video games. It's not glamorized in Overwatch, it's just there. It's just part of who Mccree is. In GTA 5, for example, smoking is not glamorized at all. If you smoke, the more you smoke, you start chipping away at your health in GTA 5 to the point where you can literally die from smoking in about 10 minutes. I know, I've done it just to see how long it takes. Okay. When Truth Initiative commissioned 44 video interviews with teens and young adults, quote-unquote gamers, all of the participants recalled seeing smoking in a game on a regular basis. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's glamorized. Like, these people could have all literally played GTA 5. And, you know, other than GTA 5 and Overwatch, I don't really recall games where I've seen it. Let's see. I think it was like a little bit in Deus Ex Human Revolution. Probably Gears of War, because Gears of War is a war, takes place throughout the wars and stuff. Obviously, Gears of War, you know. So that's probably in that somewhere too, and I just wasn't paying attention. Gamers, okay, on a regular basis. Gamers commented that seeing the character use tobacco made the character appear tougher or grittier. Well, I mean, to an extent, that's basic. I mean, fucking a lot of characters in video games who are tough or gritty or in anything often smoke or drink or whatever because they have problems. They're not these perfect people. They're not glamorizing that lifestyle. It's actually showing that this lifestyle can fuck you up, really. It's like, take John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. He smokes, he drinks, and does all that stuff. But he doesn't live a good life. His life ends fucking getting shot. Spoiler for those who haven't played Red Dead Redemption. But I mean, he doesn't live this glorious life. He's trying to put his life back together. But I mean, he doesn't have a great life, and it's just a mess. Take fucking the characters from GTA. Yeah, they smoke, they drink, they go fuck around with prostitutes and shit like that. But none of them are happy. They're not these super, I mean, they might have money, but they're not happy. They might have alcohol and drugs and shit, but they're not happy. It doesn't glamorize the lifestyle. It fucking paints it for what it is. A lot of people who smoke or drink or something generally have some sort of disposition, whether it's depression or just a need to do it or whatever. It doesn't glamorize it at all. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I've just been fucking playing games for as long as I could, far back as I could, as I can remember, so what the fuck do I know, you know? Okay. Imagery of tobacco use in video games was documented last year in a research study from the University of California, San Francisco. Fuck California. I could give a shit about what California says about anything anymore. Researchers verified tobacco content in 42% of video games that participants reported playing in their analysis. The researchers also documented that only 8% of those games had received tobacco warnings from the Entertainment Software Rating Board, the gaming industry's self-regulatory organization that, yeah, we know what the SRB is. Video games characters smoke in best-selling game franchises such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and Halo. The only fucking person who has ever smoked in Halo, to my knowledge, is fucking Sergeant Johnson. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Sergeant Johnson is like the only motherfucker who smokes, and that's because he's a fucking tough military son of a bitch. And I mean that in the most, obviously, in a good way. So fuck you. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I was just talking about that earlier. Does not glorify smoking at all. Grand Theft Auto fucking penalizes you for smoking. Just like it penalizes you for drinking. You get fucking drunk and you can get so drunk you can end up getting sent to the hospital. Just like you smoke so much you can fucking die in the game. So I don't want to fucking hear it. Maybe do some actual fucking research into these games that you're claiming glamorize smoking before you start talking shit. Call of Duty, I mean, it's Call of Duty doesn't glamorize smoking. It doesn't not glamorize smoking. Smoking in Call of Duty is just kind of there, you know. Kind of like a lot of stuff in Call of Duty. It's just kind of there, you know. And a lot of people don't play the single player, and that's the only place you're going to see it. Unlike Overwatch, these games are rated mature content, generally suitable for ages 17 and up. But they are played by teenagers nationwide, so basically you're proving the fact that the ESRB rating, and also in most circumstances the movie and television rating, similar ratings for movies and television are kind of useless because, well, you know, people are going to say fuck those ratings and do it anyway. While science linking tobacco to video games and youth as smoking behavior is still taking shape, you're not going to find jack shit, just like you didn't find with violence in video games. Tobacco use in video games is likely to promote youth smoking. That's an assumption. That is the biggest fucking assumption I think I have seen all week. So congratulations. You win my Asshole of the Week award. That's a big fat fucking assumption. You know, I look at it this way. Look, I come from a family pretty much full of smokers. And I play video games where characters smoke. I don't smoke at all. I have not had any desire to smoke. I don't have any interest in smoking. The only kind of smoke I have ever gotten is secondhand smoke. So, but I have not directly partook in smoking. So, you, again, can suck a dick. Because you're full of bullshit here. It's a fucking grass-ass assumption to assume that, video game tobacco use in video games is likely to promote youth smoking. But, you know, you're gonna find though that you're fucking wrong, just like you were fucking wrong about violence in video games promoting violence in real life, even though every fucking scientific study done has showed the opposite correlation. That ever since quote-unquote violent video games have become commonplace, violence among youth has gone down because they have a place to let loose, if you will, or whatever. The best thing that creative and commercial forces behind video games can do to protect youth and environmental from stop depicting characters engaging in smoking. Yeah, it offends me. Let's make it go away. No, fuck you. Smoking is a part of real life. People do it. People choose to do it as much as you dislike it. People choose to do it. Whether it's a manipulative thing by the evil tobacco companies or the tobacco companies or whatever, or it's just people choosing to do it. People do it. People will smoke. People will drink. No matter how much you dislike it, people will do these things. Video games have no effect on that. Television has no effect on that. Movies have no effect on that, so shut the fuck up already. The U.S. Surgeon General has concluded that exposure to tobacco use in film promotes use. Fuck the Surgeon General. I'd like to see that. Video games are likely to work in similar ways. More studies, especially longitudinal studies, are needed to determine whether exposure to tobacco use in video games leads to increased use or facility progression to regular use of tobacco. But young people are playing video games now and seeing tobacco used on glamour. It's not glamorized in any fucking... Show me a video game where smoking is glamorized. The only game that would ever come to mind is Duke Nukem Forever, but that's because he's fucking Duke Nukem and he's fucking pants on head crazy anyway. And again, that game has a mature rating. So, suck it. Okay. Glamorized on screen by some of their favorite characters every time they sign on. Again, not glamorized. With video gameplay ranking as the second favorite media activity for teens and teens that play games averaging 2 hours and 25 minutes a day. God, I play so much more games a day than that. What the fuck am I doing with my life? It's important that we call attention to tobacco use in video games and begin a dialogue about how to protect you, blah, 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 blah. Change your shit to appease us, blah, blah, blah. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so basically, that's the end of the fucking article. It's just, to me, it just comes off as the latest, this is video games' fault article. Whether it's fucking, I've already said it already, but it's ridiculous. I believe wholeheartedly that they're going to do their little study, and just like they found that there's no correlation between violence in video games, there's no correlation between sexism in video games, and every other study they've tried, every other thing they've tried to blame video games for, they're going to find that there's no correlation between tobacco consumption and video games. So, maybe I'm just crazy though. Let me know in the comments section below, because I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on this whole nonsense as well. I really would. I love hearing from you guys, and something like this especially, I love hearing from people and getting their opinions on stuff like that. I think the whole thing's a fucking bullshit. And I feel like it was written like by an 80-year-old man, especially the whole young people, blah, 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 like I said earlier, you know. So that's really all I have to say. That's really all I have for this video. My final thoughts on this, obviously, are they're not gonna. I don't believe that once they do these studies, and these studies take several years to do if they're done right. So I doubt we'll see any results from these anytime soon. But I feel like once these studies are done, they're going to find that, again, just as there was no correlation between violence or sexism when it comes to video games, there's not going to be any correlation with tobacco use among teens and young adults either. Because people understand, and people and teens and young adults and kids and stuff like that all understand the difference between a video game and real life. And again, smoking is not glamorized in video games. Alcoholism, for the most part, is not glamorized in video games. But see, the difference is, alcohol is illegal, so they'll never say anything about, or alcohol is legal, so they'll never say anything about alcohol use in video games. Because their big push is for smoking, and they don't really seem to care about the whole alcohol thing unless you're drunk driving, you know. Which you can do in GTA. You're more likely to kill yourself than anybody else unless you're really good at driving in GTA. But it can be done. So, really, again, that's all I have to say for this video. I just wanted to have something to kind of talk about. And this was a perfect thing because it's about Overwatch. And it's another example of fucking crazy shit that goes on in the video game industry. Crazy shit that the video game industry gets blamed for. I don't believe that's justified at all. I think it's just something else people want to find something to place the blame on. Because, well, that's kind of the society we live in now, is place the blame on something else and that'll make it go away. You know, every mass shooting, it's not the person who committed the crime, it's the gun owner's fault. So we'll place the blame on them and that'll make it go away. We'll get rid of guns, that'll make it all go away, you know. So, I don't know. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this article and my thoughts as well. I'd love to hear what you guys think about what I think and what you guys think about the article as well. So let me know all that stuff in the comments section down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys did not enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs down. If you guys happen to be new here, do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button. And as always, this has been Definitely Gaming in Progress, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.